for another expansion for the Protosses. Uh-oh, look at this. It's going to be a fast Arbiter rush, I believe. Yes, it's got to be an Arbiter rush. In fact, there wasn't a robotics facility then. I don't see a robotics facility anywhere. So it's going to be kind of like a fast Arbiter rush, kind of like a 2.5 base Arbiter rush. Not as fast as possible, but certainly a pretty fast one. Now, this usually doesn't work very well, though, unless your name is Best. I'm not sure if the Mantos approves of this. I would rather honestly see a DT attack before this happens, before going to Arbiters. Usually that's what does happen. Now, here we're going to be seeing the Mantos sitting down against Bygreat, a Zerg player, who was, by the way, the one who beat Bisu on Medusa, and it was Medusa 1 where he offensive hat-tricked Bisu to death. It was not by Hero, it was by Great, and you can look in my account for Great versus Bisu and you'll find it. Sorry about that. I miscalled it, misremembered it, I guess, as by Hero versus Bisu in another commentary I was doing, where by Hero played against Bisu. There is a science facility now going up. This is really going to be a longer game here because the Terran's obviously looking for the fast upgrades. Kind of a flash build here. In fact, much like a flash build. And he might be moving out at that 2-1 timing as Flash does usually. And there is the new base going up there for the Protosses. Bunch of gateways, and we're going to see that Arbiter build, of course. Reach transferring some of these probes, and neither player is doing a magnificent job of keeping up any kind of pressure on the other one. It's almost like they agreed to a no rush 12 or something like that. There's Ma Jae-yoon, savior. Ma Jae-yoon, man, if he can beat Flash, I will give him huge props. Obviously, he is not the one who's going to destroy everyone in 2009. Hyuk was really the one who's destroying everyone in 2009, clearly. And certainly, that is one of the most unexpected things in sporting history. I'm not even kidding. Like, there have been very, very few things like this. Actually, the speed skating thing by someone called, I think, something Bradbury. Stephen Bradbury. Search him up on Australia. 2002 Olympics, he skated for Australia, speed skating. And the only reason he managed to win the gold medal is because all 4 people who were skating in front of him collided in the finals. And he skated by them as the 5th person, trailing far behind. And won gold plate first. That's just like the magnitude of surprise that that I felt when Hyuk won too. Someone else gave me the link to that guy. Pretty hilarious. In fact, the reason why he got there was also because even in the earlier stages he got lucky due to various disqualifications and falls and stuff. All right, there's a new expansion secretly being put up. I think the Mantos has the man scent, the man nose going though. He smells something going on. Look at this map hack brain from Mantos right here. He is going to spot the new expansion from Team Passion, and it is going to be canceled right there. Nice work there by the Mantos, I gotta say. And look how manly he is. First, he keeps his teeth nice and white, obviously, because he has good dental hygiene. And second, he's awesome enough to chat while playing. That is, you know, what old school players do, man. They don't need to focus on, like, not smiling like Flash or, you know, who else has no facial expressions? Bisu, of course. I am too cool to have facial expressions, or I'm focusing too hard. No, they're grinning and taunting the entire time because they're cool like that. They can handle that. Uh-oh, here's a dropship. It's not going to get spotted, though. Lucky for Bygreat there, who's controlling the Terrans. He also needs to do some harassments. Seriously, Bygreat is allowing the Protoss to kind of run away with the game here. 3 base against 5. Where, of course, Reach has started at the upper right. Okay, there's the harassment attempt, but it's not going to get anywhere there. Bygreat, man. Oh, Bygreat walks through a gauntlet here. And there is Reach putting up the expansion at the upper right. Let's see if Bygreat has the same kind of spider senses. I highly doubt it. I mean, Bygreat's a good Zerg player, but he is no Mantos. He is no Man-Terran. A bunch of mines being laid. I think this is the first mines I've also seen. This is such a strange passive build from the Terran player, I gotta say. I'd say it's a little too passive. I mean, Flash sometimes does this. Okay, yeah, Flash actually does do this sometimes. He'll let himself get behind slightly economically, wait until the Protoss overexpands, and then move out with his usually +2/+1 upgraded mech units in this timing attack. But he does have to let himself get behind slightly by staying at his first 2 bases usually. In this case, 2.5 bases. All right, there's the Mantos handing off a decent advantage to C Shield. And there's Free taking over the helm here. We're going to see what Free does. This should be interesting. how this game transitions. Is Free going to get a little bit aggressive here? He knows that Protoss is pretty powerful at this point, although there might be a window of attack timing here. He also should know that from playing against tons of Terrans. He's very good against Terran, in fact. But now he's playing Terran. He is going to just expand again at the bottom position, island position. That's pretty vulnerable, though, to recalls. And to, yeah, recalls basically will probably destroy that. I mean, shuttles possibly, but recalls are really the big bane of these island expansions here. So, I don't know, man. I think the Terran should be taking, like, the 3 o'clock, not that island. That island is not what they want. I think they should be taking the right side instead, because that's not too far by ground to their main base. I'm curious why Leta has told him to do this. I mean, the island expansions are just going to be so hard to defend, seriously. I mean, he's going to have to counter drop very quickly to survive against a recall. Anyway, looks like the upper right has been spotted finally, but there are cannons up like there should be. The Mantos, ever since the 2001 OSL, has been doing this, making sure that there's cannons in every base. There is just a small shuttle drop of 4 Zealots, just destroying that new base there. So like I said, I don't think it's the best idea for a base. Terrans just don't have the ability to get units quick enough over to that location. Oh, there's a big recall. Uh-oh, what's going on now? Recall coming from the Protoss. And I believe it's C Shield controlling it. Free is in trouble here. He has no idea what he's going to do here, honestly. I mean, he is his team has been basically pretty lackluster this entire game. I'm not sure whose fault it is. Maybe Leta has just not been good enough of a leader. You are the leader. You got to actually like do some leading here instead of just grinning and with your cute little baby girl smile, baby boy, whatever smile there. Of course, the Mantos obviously been leading his team to great success. Looks like the science facility was killed, so that's going to help in terms of getting rid of some upgrade potential, in fact. And certainly the units were all forced back by the Protoss recall here. I think that was a victory for sure. Because now the Terran player basically has lost once again any attempt at expanding. He's also, I believe, stopped his attack at the upper right, where there's now another expansion going up. And this is pretty much sealing the deal here for the Protoss. I'm really not sure why the Terran has not moved out on a frontal assault. I mean, why they did not move out at all. Maybe they're going to do so now, but I think Stasis is way ready now to take care of the advancing army. And I think certainly the window of opportunity has passed where the Protoss is kind of out-expanded and hasn't really started his big production cycles yet. But I mean, now the Protoss is probably at 10 gateways, you know, or 12 gateways or more, perhaps. Basically 12, I think is a good estimate. Good EMP, though. Nice EMP by the Terran. That's going to kill off one of the Arbiters that was trying to get in. Stop a big recall that probably would have ended the game there on the mineral-only expansion. C Shield doing a good job here controlling the Protoss. And as you can see, the Protoss's macro is doing just fine. He has now got both bases up at the upper right. So up by a ton of bases. I'm not sure if the 6 is up now for the Terrans, but like I said, a recall can take out that 6 easy peasy. And on the right side, the Terran also, okay, so the 6 has not gone up, but on the 3 o'clock, the Terran has expanded. I think they should have expanded there first, like I said. A couple of Vultures looks like they might be able to clean out this base finally. But I think it's not going to work out if there's a, you know, when there's a recall, not if. When there's a recall of a couple of Dragoons, that base is dead. Now, what is it?